Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel, my friends. This is going to be short and sweet because today is Expanse Day. And what are we watching? We're watching The Expanse, Season 1, Episode 7. Can't believe I'm here already. Windmills. I have no idea what to expect, never do with this show. And you know what? Expectations are out the airlock because I want to experience this thing raw as it comes through. And it is absolutely, this whole series has been a banger so far from the jump, from Dulcinea all the way through to rock bottom. This has been hit after hit, beat after beat, incredible amounts of information, incredible storytelling, incredible world building, all rolled together and delivered to us with maximum water pressure. Absolutely the best show that I've experienced. Brand new, brand new franchise, brand new everything. In I mean, I don't even remember the last time I hit something. I mean, Firefly, I guess. I get it goes all the way back there. My friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ringy ding ding that bell for notifications, and you'll be alerted the next time we go live here with The Expanse or any of our other sci-fi offerings. And of course, if you'd like those early and in their full-length format, the link to the Patreon is in the description, my friends. But all that's then. This is now. And what is now? Now is The Expanse, Season 1, Episode 7, Windmills. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction, and away we go. God, coldest of motherfucking openings. My man, empty subway car.
Used to be good at this.
You are good at this.
Julie had courage. And, she deserved to be helped. Not everybody does, you know?
Oh, Miller.
I'm sorry to say, sir, that the brass sends me cases like Julie's when they don't want them solved.
Oh, we didn't know that.
They took away all the cards.
No, they didn't.
Wanted me to bring her home.
You're not off the board yet.
Stop mid-down stretch.
You are not off the board yet, Miller. God, he's still hurting, isn't he? The gas freighter, Rocinante. Well, sure.
Once we cross that line, there's no turning back. Everything we do is going to be under a microscope.
This little jaunt just got a whole lot more interesting.
And we just stay on course and mind our business.
Yep. Fly casual.
Just got pinged by a ranging laser. They're just giving us a little love tap. Let us know they're watching.
Well, if that love tap turns into a target lock, we need to be ready.
Yeah, ranging laser. I guess that means they're kind of scoping in their weapons and seeing exactly.
I'll know if they're coming for us now.
How did someone as smart as you end up on the Canterbury?
I failed upwards to the level of my incompetence.
I don't believe that for a second, Naomi.
It's a radio transmission coming from between the hulls. There's nothing down there
What?
but service and conduit.
Could be a faulty controller.
No. Amos, check it out.
Mm-hmm. Amos, get down there, bud. Uh-oh, he's shook by something. If Amos is shook by something, I'm super fucking shook by something. That ship is dope. Even outfitted with all those gas pods, that ship is dope as hell. Did he have to suit up for that? Okay, I don't need it yet, everybody, but an explanation about, okay, so we got like a interior and exterior hull. What the fuck? Look at my man's eyes. He doesn't need to know who you are. You're just not supposed to be there. Farming Collective, Monte. Oh, Holden?
What?
Just checking in, ma'am.
Oh my God, what an outfit.
If I see one person on the ground or one helicopter overhead, you'll be living on basic assistance by the end of the month.
Yes, ma'am.
Jesus, Christian is savage. Oh, I've seen her in a million things.
Christian Avasarala, UN Deputy Undersecretary.
This about Jimmy?
It is.
Wow, they employ quite a lot of people. Okay, so Holden's parents are almost like, not anarchists, but like maybe libertarian, or
I've been stealing codes and tech from Tycho for 2 years now.
Then why are you on our ship?
you were ordered. This is Christian taking Esteban's.
I got a peek of your flight plan. I saw you were headed for Eros. I hitched a ride. I got contacts there. I was just calling them to arrange a pickup.
You're a good liar. Oh, shit. Another laser ping.
Launched a boarding skiff on an intercept course.
Then don't cross the line.
Put him in the airlock.
Look, wait a minute.
Fresh air it is.
Just wait a minute. Wait.
Fresh air it is.
We need to help each other out here, okay?
Oh, now we do?
You think the Martians are gonna buy whatever story you're selling?
Will you shut him up, please?
No, look, you need to.
Do you think Amos needs an excuse?
You got a good right. You use it too much, but you got a good right.
Enough.
Ooh, that speaks of somebody that knows how to fight. You've got a good right, but you use it too much. Be aware of that, Amos. I couldn't love Amos anymore. He could turn out to be the biggest prick in the world, everybody, and I don't think that would make me not love him. Again, Miller, Walking Dead, after getting the shit kicked out of him. Balls of steel and not a fuck on his person. He has none to give. Boom. Anybody else?
France.
Anderson.
Tonight, he's my guest. His drinks are on me.
Is he? I love Anderson too.
This is a good day for starting over, my friend.
This isn't over.
Come on, Miller. You're in his house.
I was never fighting against you, Lena. In fact, I was fighting for you.
You're fighting for Julie.
I was thinking that when you were going for tossing me in the airlock.
Usually when a man is about to lose everything, he realizes what mattered to him most. He sees it clearly for the first time.
I see everything I need to see.
God, Miller.
Maybe you haven't lost everything yet.
Anderson. Oh, shit, this is so good. Anderson, do you want him on your side, or is this lip service? I mean, somebody, again, Octavia, I mentioned this in the thoughts section of the last one. I don't trust Octavia at all. Okay, we're in the credits. This is a good time for me to say this and just kind of remind myself. I think Octavia is a plant. I've thought it for several episodes. She asks questions that he hasn't shared with anybody, and I'm convinced that Dawes offered up those two that were supposed to kill Miller, so it strengthened her story.
It's hard enough for one husband to get along with me.
We try not to keep secrets.
Good for any relationship.
Christian is
We don't see these much anymore.
not a wasted syllable.
Cervantes.
Jimmy liked to think of himself as a knight. He thought it was a funny story.
He's acting like one.
Can we stop with the bullshit now?
Oh, I had a little left about how charming your home is.
Everything's planned.
You're here because you think he had something to do with it. The water hauler the Martians destroyed. And the battleship they lost.
Ooh, she knows. Maybe it's common knowledge, but
Was he involved?
Of course not. He would never.
Oh, no, wait, I know this one.
he's a knight. He's a paladin.
Oh, if you'd just seen what a wonderful child he was. And I thought we were done with the bullshit.
Why are you here?
I need to understand your son.
Ooh, boy.
I want to stop it before anyone else loses a kid.
I don't trust that last part.
You haven't told me he's dead. You're dancing around it. Letting me say it. Why is that?
Ooh, ooh. Verbal chess going on here.
He's alive.
Yeah, he is. Boy, that realization got me.
Your data's corrupted, Rocinante. Please resend.
What are they playing at?
Rocinante, you have been flagged for inspection per MCR trade regulations.
Son of a bitch.
Do not deviate from your present course. If you do, you will be fired upon.
I mean,
Because they will board you.
If that happens, you won't be around to see it.
you better hope they don't.
Won't change anything, though.
It'll make me feel better.
Little murder.
Either way this plays out, you're dead. And I'm the one that's gonna bring you the good news. You're a loose end. It's nothing personal.
Just like that, huh?
Stone cold.
It has nothing to do with me. We're just caught up in the churn is all.
I have no idea what you just said.
Churn.
He called it the churn.
The churn.
What game?
The only game.
Life.
Survival. Guys like you and me, we end up dead. Doesn't really mean anything. Or we happen to live through it. Well, that doesn't mean anything either. I'll see you soon.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I actually like this dude too. Oh, he's still transmitting. Or recording. I don't know if he can transmit. But that eye thing he has. Oh yeah, I wouldn't trust this guy. This guy's... Oh, look at this. Oh, he's actually got data at the ready. Oh shit. This guy is good. You coming back for another shower? Oh, that's gone. There's not going to be anything more. They've had to have gone through this. That's her Razorback suit, which I'm assuming is her ship, but it looks like a racing outfit, so it's probably more to that. You can get arrested for breaking and entering now, bud. Hello, little low G bird.
Miller,
Who's
you
that?
asshole. Long time. How they swinging? So listen, that ship you're looking for, Anubis, whatever, it never showed up here. But the funny thing is,
Oh,
Anubis 1A is still here on Eros racking up dock fees.
that's some Anubis. That's my, I'm sure, faulty theory. My 1 through 5 case study is up over on Patreon, and that's the Anubis is at the center of it, so I'm sure.
I have intelligence that says your son survived the Donager. Now, will you stop posturing and help me keep him that way?
She's not posturing. She is actually happy to hear her son's alive.
Is that for me? To take me to some windowless room so your interrogators can make me talk?
Nobody wants to arrest you.
But you didn't say you wouldn't.
Jimmy is my son. He has all 8 of us in him, but I carried him in my belly for 9 months. He is mine.
I like Elise.
I pressured mine to join the Marines, or I wouldn't pay for his education. So he did what was expected.
He got killed.
He was in Callisto during the insurrection. That took his life. So I have a pretty clear idea of what I'm playing with.
I don't trust Christian at all. Ah, she just solicited sympathy, made you all feel closer. I mean, it might be a true story. It's utilized for the same purposes. I am super paranoid with this show. Everybody. I don't believe and trust anybody, except maybe Holden. If he is truly the paladin, then...
All right, Knuckle Dragger, come to daddy.
You get the help. Congratulations.
Still gotta pee if anyone's interested.
So what did he have planned? Like, if that door opened, it would...
This is a game of pretend, and you guys are pretending to be the wrong thing. The Mickeys have been known to disguise their attack ships when they're doing covert ops. They use a special set of codes that tell other Martian ships that they are out there.
How do you know all this?
I'm a good spy.
He is a very good spy.
But when my captain hailed them, they just jabbered on, ending with the phrase, donkey balls.
Donkey balls. Well,
And just like that, my captain ordered me to change my course. We parted our ways. None of the officers said anything about it, but everyone on the crew was absolutely certain it was Black Ops stuff.
Everything you need should be in your code book.
He's right. It should be in an operations locker somewhere on this deck, somewhere right here.
right.
Show me where the operations locker is.
Look at this. You don't trust... We even get this guy's name yet? I wouldn't trust him, but... He's providing enough concrete information to be trusted?
Where did you get that key?
From Lopez.
So the thing that Fred Johnson took, was that the black box from the Donager? That he took it out of Lopez's... Yeah, he took it out of Lopez's armor. That thing that he hit and it flipped out. Fred Johnson took that. I wonder if that's what Captain Yao gave him, or if that's what Captain Yao gave him. I think it was the chip, though, that was in the... It didn't look clear. Is that like currency? I remember him playing with that whenever the dude with the filters gave him something, and it looked like, you know, translucent poker chips. This set, man, I know the back's a matter CGI, but where's our guy? Street Prophet.
Miller?
Octavia the Spy.
You say goodbye? The creepy message?
She always pops up when they need to know something.
Well, gonna take a trip.
To where?
Eros.
Oh, don't tell her stuff.
If this thing is as big as you think it is, you're gonna need someone to watch your back.
Okay, better do this one alone.
You were alone in that airlock.
And I'm not going to tell you any more information. Ah, she picked up on that.
Look, Miller.
Man, I hope I'm wrong about her. I hope I'm just being paranoid. I do not trust how she always pops up when he's made some type of advancement in the investigation that no one would be aware of. Like he hasn't reported in, or he hasn't, you know, filed a log or anything.
The way we raised him, he grew up thinking he was alive because the land needed him.
Really?
By the time he was a teenager, he was reading all the briefs Tom wrote. He stood at the gates to greet whatever goons the government sent to harass us. No offense.
None taken.
No, she's getting what she wants. You can say whatever you want.
And then gave him a fight he could never win. And I told him to get as far away from this place as he could.
Really?
Because I couldn't stand to watch what we were doing to him anymore. Jimmy still hasn't found his place, but at least he's free.
I'm wondering if Elise is telling the truth. A ship or two? He was on the Canterbury for a while, so it would be the Canterbury, right? Wouldn't be a ship or this ship or that ship. Not on a month-to-month basis.
That's why I'm gonna kill the power source first, so that the backup doesn't trigger.
It's a good idea, but there's not enough time.
You underestimate my ability to break things.
I'm gonna go prep for Plan B.
What's Plan B?
Kill them all.
Alex, hold him off as long as you can.
Get us those damn codes.
Holy shit. Woo. Oh my god. He's fully armed and operational.
Think you need that hand cannon?
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
We subdue and take them prisoner. Nobody's dying.
So they'll have a chance to ping the mothership? That ain't my plan. Because they are the enemy right now. And we're the fugitives.
Survival.
And as far as they're concerned, we're the ones who blew up the Donager.
You're in the churn now, Holden.
What the hell are you babbling about?
I'm talking about that clown upstairs that as soon as you cut loose will sell us to the highest bidder.
Yep.
You logged the distress call, Holden. Welcome to the churn.
Yeah, baby!
Proximity alarm, people.
Oh, I'm using that. I am using the churn for, I'm sure that's a thing. I am using the churn for, in fact, I think I got a comment on the first episode. Someone said, welcome to the churn. Oh shit, now I get it. Oh, thank you, whoever said that. That's fucking awesome. Oh my God, I'm like shaking. I love this fucking show.
Rocinante, release your outer airlock door and prepare for boarding.
Holy fuck, they're here, man.
Amos, we are not those guys. We're not the assholes.
I'm done talking, Holden.
He's done. No.
You got a clean shot, back of the head. Take it if you need it.
Stone fucking cold.
All right then, boys, get ready to dance.
There's only one way to find out, Paladin. If he's a paladin, he can't do it.
It's this one. Rocinante.
What is it? What is it?
Our power problems, they've been so,
Polyglottal?
ubiquitous and mendacious and polyglottal. Like a couple of donkey balls.
Watch that. It'll just start creeping back. Amos is so fucking cool, man.
Received and understood, Rocinante. You get those comms checked out when you hit port. Fellas, and hey. You boys be careful out there, here? You too, Rocinante. Safe travels.
Oh, what a great scene. Good job, Alex.
Can you believe that? Damn, I'm good.
that worked out.
You are good, buddy. Now we've got another thing to deal with.
But I don't see a terrorist mastermind. We'll have the asset bag him and bring him home for a long chat.
Your corporate spy's been compromised. He's missed his last 2 comm windows.
His final report said that Holden was heading for Eros in a converted MCRN gunship with fake transponder code supplied by Fred Johnson. So your analysis of his character notwithstanding, I've activated a Black Ops team.
Get fucked, man.
We're taking Holden off the board.
Taking him off the board for a series of circumstances we don't even understand.
Ooh.
He's done.
Thank God he's not going there. Oh, Chris Jen, you're actually being forthright. Sort of. I wonder if Elise fed her shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Head spinning on this one too.
Well, scopes are clear, Chief. No more patrols between here and Aero Station.
I have a lot of respect for Holden now that I understand his bent.
Charted belt asteroid, Bravo Alpha 834024112.
I will get that in editing.
We got ourselves a rock.
What if this is out where Mateo was? Uncle Mateo.
Hey, can I just...
Quiet.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, dude.
Next port we hit, I want your boy Amos off this ship.
What's happened?
The fuck?
You had him on, better get him back on it.
He's not my dog.
He...
Getting shown the road?
On to the next. He doesn't give a shit. He survived. Just another minute in the churn, baby.
Control. You're the only one who can.
That I agree with. Don't. Okay. Okay, the subtitle said Kenzo urinating. So I'm guessing this guy's Kenzo.
Look, I know we got off to kind of a rocky start, but...
You can't believe anything this guy says.
a guy like me, that means something. Being in the trenches with people, going through shit.
This guy's good.
Are you anything like that animal? You got topside. Amos, you call him.
No.
Good. I don't care what you're involved in.
He's gonna try to put a wedge.
If you can look at yourself in the mirror and still decide that you're gonna toss me into space,
Then he says, you're just like Amos.
can do me the respect of telling me that it's gonna happen.
Oh, Amos was pretty straightforward with that.
Because I am not an animal either.
You're a different kind of animal. This is now that I know this was a TTRPG, and I have basically assigned, and a couple of you even mentioned this, I kind of alluded to it, that Holden is like the paladin character or the honorable knight character. It makes a ton of sense. Now, whether or not, I'm not going to completely give him those type of characteristics, but at the same time, it really helps me understand him. Okay, this must be Miller, right? And Octavia saw that, and she knew that you took it from Juliet Mao's apartment. She knows where you're headed. Son of a bitch! I knew that was coming. I knew we were at the end. My friends, we just watched The Expanse, Season 1, Episode 7, Windmills, and the only thing we have left to do is talk about it. All right, my friends, I literally clicked and clicked to get back over here to talk about The Expanse, Season 1, Episode 7, Windmills. We just watched it. Wow. Okay. So I don't want to get into too much depth here because I think the majority of this episode consisted of obviously 3 locales. We had Miller on Ceres as he makes his determination that the next course of his investigation has to be on Eros. So he's on his way there. And again, we had almost like a farewell type of thing between Anderson Dawes and then Octavia shows up, and him cashing in his chips was, for me, was very symbolic. That usually means the old saying you're going to cash your chips in whenever you die. I certainly hope not, but Miller is very extended now. Miller is alone. He has nobody he can trust. He and Havelock parted on bad ways, but I still think that he's experienced, in the show to this point, Havelock probably is the most noble of them. I think that he has the most positive or the best intentions. And again, this could be a play. I am so paranoid that everybody isn't what they seem. I'm going by surface, what they've given us with Havelock. And in the quiet moments, Havelock has been noble. trying to learn the language, being sympathetic, blah, blah, blah. And even though they parted on terrible terms, really, I still think that his best chance for actual positive help is Havelock. Whether that comes through or not, or even see Havelock again, I have no idea. But for many reasons, Havelock's still on the force. He's still able to kind of get information. And if they can mend some fences, if everyone believes they parted on bad terms, it's almost like a partnership that no one would see coming at this point. So let's put a pin in Miller. I'm not sure if Anderson Dawes is trying to protect Juliet Mao, or he needs Miller to find Juliet Mao because he's incapable of it. Miller is a very good detective, so we're not sure. I'm not sure. If Anderson Dawes is trying to protect Juliet Mao and her location, then he would want Miller off the scent. And so I would think that he would kill Miller just to keep keep Juliet safe. But if he's trying to find Juliet, then he needs Miller to go after him. That speaks too of the relationship between Anderson Dawes and Juliet Mao. If she dropped off the radar and didn't tell Anderson where she was going, or once she was taken, Anderson didn't know where she went. Again, not enough information there as to Anderson's kind of, whether it's a positive or negative relationship with Juliet Mao. But Miller's the catalyst for that. He kind of the course correct that Anderson Dawes is giving to Miller in the form of like the lies from Octavia and the setups and stuff like that, that will indicate to us their relationship at some point. But right now, I don't think we have enough to go on to make a determination, a reliable determination on that. We had Christian and Elise in arguably, in a episode filled with fantastic scenes. This one was really good. It was between two masters, two incredible actors, going toe-to-toe with one another, which I always love an act-off. A good act-off gets me every time. An excellent act-off by the two of them. And also, with that, I'm not sure. Christian, I wouldn't put it past her at all to use the idea, and this is terrible to say, especially if I'm wrong about this, which I could easily be. But Christian and the confidence that she kind of gave, oh, my son, I wanted him to be a Marine, and he ended up getting killed because of it, that was the trigger that opened Elise up. I do not put it past Christian's character. Maybe this is the best way to say it. Whether it's true or not, I don't put it past Christian's character to use a story like that to get something from someone like Elise, to get that sympathy, to get that feeling of conspiratorial sympathy. You know what I mean? But again, I'm not 100% convinced that Elise fed Christian all of the correct information, or she made it glowing, or she omitted stuff, or she flavored things differently. I'm not necessarily sure that I don't think that Christian got from Elise what she thought she got. I think it was two masters of their craft who were basically trying to out persuasion check the other, for TTRPG purposes. And I think that I'm not sure who won. I think that's the thing right there. I'm not sure who won. Did Christian get what she needed, or did Elise plant enough of a seed to misdirect Christian? Again, I think that going with that bleeds over now to Holden. I think, and of course, some of the comments that you all have told me, hey, TTRPGs, this is where it all started. You can tell the classes of the characters from certain things. Shed was the cleric, the medic, R.I.P. But everybody else kind of falls into a specific set of parameters that you can usually see kind of that stereotypical class element coming out. And someone made the comment that, hey, in that respect, Holden's kind of like a paladin. If that's the case, and he's somebody, and she mentioned it again with the Cervantes, that he really liked the knight story. And so if we're looking at it like that, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go that Holden is, in fact, that kind of an honorable paladin. He's obviously, has some stains on him, but at the same time, he is a paladin enough that when he bypassed the gun to get to the fallen Martian Marine, when he obviously the most obvious one is when he redid and got the distress call reconverted or redirecting the Canterbury to where the scopuli was. That he couldn't live with himself, that makes him way more understandable to me, because I never understood way back in Dulcinea why he did that. don't understand. I didn't at the time. Now I do. If it's just a compulsion, not a compulsion, it's his core principle. It's a belief, that honor, that saving, that, everybody can be saved type of thing. If that's we're going with that, and if he's a paladin character, then that's good for right now. Until I see something to change my mind, I'm going to leave him in that case. Which bleeds over to Amos. Knowing paladins, the stereotypical TTRPG version of such knights and paladins, they are usually very lenient as far as, they'll associate with people unless they are so opposite of their beliefs that they can't. In fact, there's rules in like Dungeons and Dragons that if you don't follow certain principles as the paladin that you are, you could lose your divine power. You could become somebody that is, an oath breaker. Okay. So if that's, kind of bleeding that in and superimposing that over the Expanse, Amos represents a very difficult situation for Holden. Amos is the opposite of a paladin. He'll murder and not even think about it. Do you know how many Martians on the Donager died to save us? On a ship that size, probably a couple hundred. Matter of fact, he doesn't give a shit. I'm still trying to figure out what the TTRPG class of Amos would be. Obviously, fighter is like the breakdown, but it's almost something more than that. It's not barbarian because he stays very calm when he's fighting. So it would definitely, I think it's almost have to be a fighter. But he's just so rad in the way that he presents himself. He almost has this like monastic discipline to him. And now we know that it's called the churn, which is fucking awesome. I love that. It's correct me if I'm wrong, but the way that it was defined is the churn is basically what you're in and what you have to survive. I I love that. And now knowing that, much like in the way that we know that Holden has kind of like those paladin principles in play, knowing that there is a principle in play for Amos too, survival, surviving this churn. Ooh, that gives us so much more about his character too. So that bleeds us over now. Our final resting stop was the Rocinante, which had an absolutely incredible scene. So tense, so wonderfully well done with the ship coming up to inspect them. Unbelievable, so good, so good. But that whole scene, and the thing about this too is this scene, the obvious for me, the core moment of this scene was the exchange between Amos and Amos and Holden. Amos knows that Holden wasn't going to shoot him in the back of the head. He knew it. He's like, oh, you got a clean shot, back of the head, take it if you want it. And he's like, I don't think I will. And he goes, well, I guess we'll find out. I'm going to kill anybody that comes through that fucking door. And the only way that you're going to save them is to shoot me, but I don't think you can. I don't think you got the sack to do that. And Amos was probably right. Now, again, you never want to challenge a paladin type of character to support their beliefs because they will do so. But again, the conflict there would be the supporting of your beliefs. But if one of your beliefs is the protection of life, there's your paradox. You can't kill Amos to save them. If that's the kind of the tenets that he's kind of living by. I love it. I mean, what an absolute terrible campaign for a paladin. I mean, if you're creating a campaign and someone's like, hey, I want to have a paladin, and you have a GM or a DM that comes up with this fucking campaign, you have got somebody that really wanted to throw you for a fucking loop because all of these situations are basically tests of your faith as a paladin, and I love it. I love it. Oh, you want to be a paladin? Okay. we're gonna give you some you're gonna really work for this shit. Now on the flip side, being Amos, in this campaign, I can't think of a better situation for a character with the same attributes as Amos. Drop him down. I mean, he's loving this shit. Really great stuff. Now Naomi, of all the players or all the crew on the Rocinante, she is the most nebulous for me. I hate to say this, I really like Naomi's character quite a bit. I do not trust her at all. She has way too many secrets. She has way too many kind of throwaway lines in them. Again, I'm starting to get a very light touch feel for this series. And they give us these moments of mania where the characters think that they could potentially die. Shed just gets killed. They have to seal off the kind of the prison area, and not prison, but like the room they were in the Donager. And it always stuck with me that Naomi said, "I never got a chance to say goodbye." And even Amos, who's supposed to know her the best, said, "To who?" And she says, "It doesn't matter." Okay, well, that is a huge kind of secret. That is a huge kind of secret that she didn't want to reveal, that she, not even to Amos. Like, Amos doesn't know who the fuck she's talking about. That speaks of very deep disguise, a very, like Lopez said, she's the best liar among you by far. She is way better than the rest of you at lying. So Lopez had a good read on everybody else. And I've said this before, if his read of Naomi was she's a fantastic liar, I am taking Lopez at his word, RIP. So again, I can't trust Naomi at this point, but I trust that she is going to, at the very least, do her best to kind of help the group stay alive. But again, it was very telling because also after that, when they were drinking at the bar, it was rock bottom. It was his last episode, I think. When they were drinking, Holden says, well, it took some convincing, but, I was able to get the Martians to come and get you all. Would you have done, basically paraphrasing it, but would you have done the same? Says that to Naomi. Naomi pauses for a second and she goes, with all those bullets flying around? Probably not. And they laugh about it. Ah, ha, ha, ha. I don't think she was lying. I don't think she was lying. So I have to keep that in my mind that, yes, she's going to help the group to a point. And whenever that point, maybe she has a belief that diverges or a mission that diverges, I have to keep Naomi. Naomi is at arm's length with me right now. Amos is to a point because of his relationship with her. I'm trying to let Alex in. Like, I want to say that like Alex is my most believable character. Like, I believe he has stakes. But again, he has secrets and lies too, that we know he has a kid, but he's not married anymore. We don't know why. But Alex seems genuinely happy with survival. So, and then the success of the group. So I'm going to give him that. I'm going to give him that for now. But boy, oh boy, my friends, what a great, incredible episode. Incredible. This one was character driven for the crew of the Rocinante. We really got to see some about them. Not really any more learned about Miller. Even the events on Earth with Christian and Elise, that was more about Holden. So this was a Rocinante specific reveal episode for me with a high stakes, incredible like moment. Kenzo the spy. Can't believe a word this guy says. Not a word. He's manipulating, using the language that Amos gave him and the information that Amos gave him. He's using that against Holden. He's listening to the things. He's an excellent spy and he needs to get out of this situation. So he's going to say anything to achieve that goal. I like the character quite a bit though, because of that very nature. It's almost like he's the rogue of the group. You know what I mean? If you're, again, assigning TTRPG class statistics, he would be the rogue. You can't trust him. If he's in your group and he's air quote loyal to you, it might be okay. You might be, to a point, be okay. But it has no reason to be loyal to the Rocinante crew, not at all. So he's working for himself, which is where a rogue works best. So we have to really see, because I wouldn't leave him alone. He's obviously very skilled in that he was able to like manipulate the airlock to the point where, I don't know if he had it sabotaged or rigged for whenever Amos came to get him. It looked like it because he kind of pulled the lead out as soon as he realized he was being let out and not killed. Keep a pin in him, but he's a great person to have on the ship because it adds tension. And the longer he's on the ship, he can put a wedge in between crew members. And he started already with Amos and Holden. It didn't take much. Holden's already done with Amos. But we'll see. We'll see. We're in the churn now, my friends. And I know you've all been there. You motherfuckers have all been in the churn. I have not. I am just getting into it. And I couldn't love that. By the way, and I said it during the reaction, I don't know if I'll have to edit it out. Somebody said, and I'm going to go back and find this out and make mention of this at some point. Somebody said, I can remember the comment at the first episode. Somebody said, welcome to the churn. And I thought, what the fuck does that mean? I wasn't mad about it, but I was like, what does that mean? What does the churn mean? That is one of the coolest comments that anybody has put down yet. You all have made incredible comments, very, non-spoilery, fantastic, supportive stuff. But I think about that, and as soon as he said the churn, my brain clicked, and I was like, somebody's welcomed me to that at the beginning of this. And I felt so much a part of the Expanse community in that retrospect realization. Thank you, my friend, for making me welcome here in the churn. I hope to do you all proud. And just I love it. I love it so much. And I love that it originated from Amos. My friends, that's it. I've talked too long. My friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. You'll be alerted next time we go live here on YouTube with any Expanse, any Star Trek, any sci-fi related material. We'll send up the beacon and you can respond to it, my friends. And of course, if you want any of this early or in a longer format, it's full length format, I should say, the link to the Patreon is in the description, my friends. But all that is then and this is now. And unfortunately, we have to say goodbye from the Expanse. But where should we say goodbye from? What is our location? Where should we say goodbye from? I think we'll say goodbye from within the Windmills in Montana. As Christian is leaving, we are all sitting there on top of a hill in the snow observing and wondering just what was said about Holden and whether it can be believed. Do we have a paladin or do we have an oathbreaker? I cannot wait to find out, my friends. Until next time, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.